slipping. No, break your foot.
I think we found her issue. Oh man. Wow. That's a lot of oil. That's some big brain activities though.
It's gotta be a horn. Oh my god! You know, I was told this chassis was superior. All I've known is that this car is superiorly expensive. And now that I have my seat in place, we can start to mount our Hydra. In this episode, we're going to be fixing the problem that is an M50 engine. And the sound. It doesn't sound good, so we're gonna actually be putting an exhaust on the car now, and hopefully that makes the car run better. It was a little not as big of a satisfying moment trying to drift it because the tune was all out of whack. We had the O2 sensors obviously not on anything because there's no exhaust on the car, so we had to unplug the MAF, and hopefully when we get the exhaust on, we can plug the sensors in, fingers crossed everything runs right. Otherwise we might start digging into if it's the fuel pump, injectors, or whatever, but let's be optimistic, and I'm hoping this exhaust fixed that problem. Now I really wanted to keep the exhaust the car came with, the two little turn up tips at the end. It was so dope, but I couldn't find a mid pipe that actually would bolt up to that, so I just ended up getting a full exhaust from Drift HQ, and this is the ISR exhaust. I think this is what Adam and pretty much everyone is going to have on their car, so it should be pretty simple install. Everything's gonna be new aside from the manifold, of course, and it'll make it sound better, as in sound less. Let's get it on the car. These components must be installed by a qualified professional. Extremely familiar. We don't need a qualified professional. We're fine.
Figure it out.
No,
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
oh no, the oil. The oil, I'm slipping.
Oh no,
No, break your foot. These are our old hangers out of the car, and this kit is sick because it comes with all new hangers that you need. Way nicer. And there's another one up here that it also came with to hold the center section.
Even the rubber. Came with the rubber too.
Came with insulators, bolts, nuts, everything you need. How she look?
Like JDM coming out at an angle like that.
You
Kind of dig how it comes out at an angle.
It has a little spice to it. Oh,
Yup.
sick.
It'll sound better when it warms up. Cold exhausts always sound way more raspy.
Sounds better, maybe? I don't really know. It's at least quieter right now.
Yes.
And we like that, and it's new and shiny and looks good. However, it's still leaning out, wanting to die, and being weird, so we're gonna shut the spark plugs. If it's still doing it, maybe injectors. If it's still doing it, maybe fuel pump. So I really want to slide this thing. In theory, it could slide right now, but we need to get the tune sorted. We thought at first it was just the O2 sensor being unplugged, and it's not, so we'll see you soon with hopefully a running car.
There's more oil.
Oh man. I think we found her issue. Oh man.
We went to change spark plugs because it was still running like shit, and we found out that there's a valve cover gasket all gone, so it's getting oil down into all the coil packs, and all the coil packs are ripped, so those also need replaced. I'm surprised it was running as good as it was with all of this and the 2 inches of oil in each spark plug hole. We will be back, we'll get it all fixed, and then we will try again. Maybe throw some more parts at it.
Yeah.
Davis is not excited about the BMW
Stoked
Life.
for that. I feel like in this video and in the last one, and even after the manual swap, there's never like, we did a full manual swap, rebuilt a whole ass diff, and like we haven't had that fully drifting sideways satisfaction moment right now, and I'm just like.
What are you doing, Donnie?
I'm just getting the oil with the socket. Let me just get the socket covered.
Wow,
Keep cleaning
that's a
it
lot
off.
of oil.
Yeah, it is. Like I said,
That's some big brain activities, though.
I'm not even gonna look at what's happening right now. Just cleaning up the engine bay. Everything's fine.
Why'd you say bay like that?
Engine bay?
No, you said bay. Yeah, you were making
Bat.
sheep noises.
Horn, right? It's gotta be a horn.
It looks like a horn, but it's not the horn.
Ooh, I wonder if it's like a cool sounding one.
The horn is not horning.
Oh my god! Okay!
Told you.
Holy shit, that's
Yo,
loud.
that's not factory, right?
No, that's a siren.
Hold up, yeah.
It's a siren.
Donnie, I'm gonna take cover. Donnie, your ears!
This shit's a siren. This shit's sick.
Why? Why? This is the most basic auto car ever. There's nothing weird, and then we find that. That probably was the little switch.
It probably is a little switch.
There was
yeah.
a random tiny little baby switch in there that we didn't know what it did. Yeah, blue and brown. See if that's the baby switch.
Check it out.
Yep,
It is?
yep. That's the one. This little guy right here.
Alright guys, I am back working on Davis's BMW because she is at PRI. I got the valve cover off. So the old little parts for around the plugs are just beyond brittle. You can just break them. They're solid. They're not soft anymore. So that's probably why. All the oil obviously was in the spark plugs. So we got new ones, good to go. Throw those in, throw new spark plugs in, and new coil packs. And then we're gonna test the car just to make sure it works when Davis gets back from PRI, so she's ready to drive with everybody. Let me get this back on and then I'll let you guys know if it fixed it.
Car is fixed. So we think. Still have not actually drifted it yet, but it's been multiple days of trying to diagnose what has been wrong with this thing. Now, I was told this chassis was superior. I've been lied to apparently because all I've known is that this car is superiorly expensive. We have new coils, valve cover gasket, 2 rounds of spark plugs, crank position sensor. Donnie ended up having to, we thought it was fuel issues. We have a new fuel filter, new fuel pump assembly. So now both the fuel tank assemblies have been replaced and brand new. Figured out that it also was a hose on the intake. So once that was fixed, it did start up, thankfully. Man, times were getting dark. Donnie almost lost it. He was throwing things. The shop was destroyed. It was pretty chaotic. We don't have any videos because people were just so frustrated, but we're here and the car starts, and now everyone else is also here. So Hurt rolled in, Trevor, Samite from Japan, and yeah, we got some catching up to do. So
and Cut's car way behind all of theirs.
not the most behind.
Actually, yes it is.
Grant? Oh yeah, his is
Grant's
fitting.
already got everything on his.
What about Trevor? He's not the
Trevor's
original.
already got angle kit and shit on his. He already stripped all his car and started doing it all.
Now that the car running has been 100% sorted, we're gonna get our bride seat in there. This is my tiny girl seat that I absolutely love and I'm putting in a lot of my cars. We're getting it in here and we're going to be plumbing up our inline hydro setup. Freaking Sam's out here doing dual caliper pro drifter stuff. Like, come on, you know? We're gonna do a nice inline, easy, yeah, doing interior things, and then hopefully we will be drifting very soon. So I got everything that we're gonna be using for our inline setup from Drift HQ. This is everything from Chase Bays. So they make a kit that just has every single thing that you're gonna need. Because of how close I need to sit to the wheel, like in all of my cars, we might struggle getting this far enough to the outside so that the seat doesn't actually rub it because my seats are really nice and I don't want to mess them up. So we might have to get creative there, but at least we have a kit. So we're halfway there, right?
Yeah.
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 Tell me why I was focused on the shot and I was like, oh, that's a
Just
sick
keep
shot.
walking.
It's filling up. Love that. You know what? I thought about that happening right when I undid these plugs for more room, and I'm like, oh, that would suck if brake fluid
That
got
would
in there.
suck.
Not looking that pretty.
Ew.
Danger zone. I'm watching now. Take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Fume. Simply put, Fume is this epic flavored air device with cores made from natural flavors like crisp mint, orange vanilla, sparkling grapefruit, and so much more. Now forget the electronics, the vapor, the harmful chemicals. Fume uses guilt-free and delicious flavors in this beautifully designed device. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect, but the orange vanilla flavor is absolutely my favorite. And of course, the fidgeter in me just loves its beautiful and high quality design, the magnetic features it has. It really does feel premium all around. Now, stopping bad habits is hard, but switching to Fume is easy. Join over 150,000 satisfied customers. Get the journey pack today at tryfume.com/Collette Davis and use my code Collette Davis to save an additional 10%. Or you can upgrade your journey pack to the newly launched Fume Solano with a premium walnut barrel and onyx black coated mouthpiece. And you can still get that 10% off. Now let's get back to it. We got my Bride Zeta 4 Varia seat in the car, and I forgot to mention that this is a special edition Yashio Factory Bride seat. This is so good. I'm actually gonna end up putting a second one that was a Yashio Factory Varia seat into the S15, and then I have a regular Zeta 4 that's gonna be going as a passenger seat, so it's a larger one in the S15. But I ended up getting one extra one. I didn't know what car I was gonna put it in. Will this seat probably stay in here forever? Probably not. But it's here right now, and it is so good. These Varia edition seats just fit me so well. I have tiny girl problems, and it's really hard to find a seat that holds me. And like, look at this, each side holding me in. And they have one that doesn't have pink stitching, so it's white stitching, and I think it's called Varia. There's another edition that's basically the same size but white stitching if you are a tiny guy or a small guy and you need to be held in better. Or honestly, if you just like your seat being a really tight fit, I'd recommend these. I'm constantly on the search for tight fitting seats. It makes such a big difference, like connecting you to the car. So I did end up taking out the passenger seat, and we're gonna keep that out. You know, that's a good at least 30, maybe even 40 pounds over here. If a passenger does want to come from a ride-along, they can go back there. This rear seat weighs way less than an entire passenger seat, and I think it'd be kind of funny, like throwing people in the back. It can fit 3. I have no passenger seat in my JZX 100 car in Japan, and I do take multiple naps right there. And now that I have my seat in place, we can start to mount our hydro. Earlier, I thought I was gonna go with the Chase Bay's reverse mount, but this is not reverse. This is just the regular style. It's gonna go right there. So I ended up getting the Chase Bay's bracket from Drift HQ, and Donnie welded that bracket onto this universal trans mount bracket that's gonna be going on the car. And you can see it follows the outline perfectly to this. And then the Chase Bay's kit with that bracket comes with flathead recessed hardware that's gonna lie right in there. 1, 2, 3, all flat. We can put this in here. It's gonna look a little something like that. So this is with the seat all the way to where I want it, and this is where the hydro will be. I'll probably need to cut this excess bracket away so that it does not rub on my seat if someone wants to drive with it further back. For now, it should be okay, but I definitely want to make a note of that and do that later. A lot of the prettying up is gonna have to wait for later. I'm not gonna put the interior back in because when I do that, I want to take my time and cut it really nicely. So things like that and then trimming this bracket a little bit more are just gonna have to wait for later because I gotta play catch up major. I'm just glad that we got the car running though and we don't have any other issues. But yeah, it's go time now. Also, I'm not sure if I've introduced you guys to Takumi. Takumi, there you are. Come here. Come here. You're so cute. Come back. No. This is Takumi. This is our new little kitten. Now officially we are just fostering him at the moment. He was found outside crying for 2 days and then someone brought him in, but then they couldn't keep him. He was really young when they found him. He was like 3 weeks, and then Adam and I ended up getting him when he was about 4 weeks. So we've had him for 2 weeks now. Technically we're like fostering, but honestly like I'm attached, and Pete and Riley. Pete's trying to love him. Pete still needs some time to come around, but he is literally the cutest little thing. Look at him. Look at him. I've never had a kitten before, but he's doing very good. But if you were seeing scratches on my hands, that's what they're from. At least when we first got him, because I was bottle feeding him. He's not being bottle fed anymore, but he's the cutest. So yeah, welcome everyone. This is Takumi, and Takumi is the main character in Initial D. He had a black and white car, but Adam and I didn't want to name him Panda, because that's like, I don't know, that's weird. So we just called him Takumi. Takumi's so cute. Anyway, okay, back to car things. I wanted to formally introduce you guys. So I'm gonna end up mounting the hydro when the car is actually on the lift, and for now, I'm going to plumb up the front of our line here. This is part of the Chase Bays kit from Drift HQ, and if you look here, this says H and V. The H goes to the rear, and that is what we want to tap into, but I'm gonna follow this down to the ABS module there because the Chase Bays fitting is not meant to go from here forward. It's meant to go from the ABS module and then up into the car to our hydro, through the back, and then to each individual caliper. I wish I had the fitting for here because that would be a lot easier to get to, but going down a little bit further shouldn't be too bad. Actually, the next day we got the hydro fully in. It's bolted to the trans tunnel and bled. There's a lot going on though. I'm actually a little behind in terms of building this car. Everyone is showing up and everyone is here, so I'm actually in Drift HQ. Right now we got a lot of stuff to do today, but that's gonna be in the next video for you guys. So coming up is coilovers from BC Racing. We also are putting on our CNC 71 angle kit. That's kind of like the spec angle kit that everyone is using here, but this was a huge achievement. This is done, this is bled. I won't be getting to drifting it in this video. That's gonna be saved for the next one just because we're running out of time and we need to move as fast as possible. So guys are already getting the car torn apart, and next up, like I said, we're doing coilovers and angle kit. So that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the build so far. We're about to be shredding this thing. I can feel it. We are so close, and I will see you guys in the next video.